First, I'd like to congratulate Harvard on the season that they have. I thought Brian and his crew did a real nice job through the entire season. You know, we're at a point where this EIVA season in my career has been the toughest EIVA season across the board for all of us. So I think that's what we want. It's good to see that. We can build from there. As far as tonight goes, you know, I think once we settle down with our serving, I think we missed 5 out of the first 6 serves of the match for us, and we ended up only missing 13 serves the rest, so 8 serves the rest of the way with 7 aces. I like what we did there. I thought our block and defense did what we went in hoping they would do. They slowed their attack down. I know at one point Collins said that they were hitting negative in the first swing, and they were scoring in transition. We were giving them some points, and I think that kind of righted itself in game 3. So now we get to turn around and try to do it against the Highlanders tomorrow.
Was it kind of tough getting into a consistent rhythm in the match for you guys?
No, not really. Our mindset on the court kind of is just we're not really worried about the scoreboard or point by point. We're just trying to get better each point. So I mean, yeah, there's times where you may hope that first point starts out pretty well, so you can build off that. But every game's the same kind of mindset for us. We're just taking it point by point, just trying to get better at each point and put together a good set. So not really.
The way you guys were able to finally finish off the middle set after set point after set point after set point, did that kind of finally sort of push you guys, whatever the metaphor is, over the hill, or give you momentum for the third set?
Yeah, I mean, when you have like an exciting set like that, end of the set, you definitely get the adrenaline going a little bit. Shout out to Kaz for coming in, doing a great job from the service line, bringing us back into that. But yeah, I mean, when you're in the do or die, like set points like that, in extra time, like you really have to be clean. So when we were able to execute, we just kind of reminded ourselves, like, all right, well, we just did it, saved a couple set points for 5, 10 points in a row. Like that's the standard that we have to play at now. So then we come out the next set, and then we just try and build off that. So.
I don't know exactly how to ask it. It's been an up and down season, not one we're used to for Penn State. So you've had to do a lot of switches and changes and adjusting. Do you feel comfortable with the lineup you have now, or are you still kind of wondering?
I think I'm comfortable in knowing what we have from top to bottom of the roster. I think we've been able to look at, for example, Kaz coming in and serving, Miller, what he can bring us either as a serving sub or the opposite that we've got to lean on. We know what Josh Rosenblum brings us as a second setter. So, and what Carter does and what Sean does. So I'm comfortable with the group as a whole, and from what we've seen in the last 3 weeks, I'm comfortable with the moves that we can make with the talent that we do have on the bench to make a difference.
Are you starting to see the team you were expecting in the way you've played the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, probably in the last 3 weeks that we're seeing stretches of it. We just, the big thing is when we're stringing together points, we've got to get better at making the opponent end it instead of our errors ending it for them. And I think we've gotten better at that. We've won some really tight sets over the last 3-4 weeks, and I think this group works hard. And like Owen said, when they get fixated into just this point, this contact. I think that puts us in a pretty good position.
How did you feel about the way you played tonight, Owen?
Well, I mean, I was talking to my dad after the game. He's like, "Yeah, we had a good game." What is it, 708?
Yeah, 875.
Yeah,
blocks,
I mean, you can look at that and say I had a great game, but I think the statistical things I was happy with. I think there was a bunch of little things, like maybe some of the block calls, some of my moves in the middle, and then just like my overall ball control stuff. I could have slowed a couple of rallies down, just settled everybody down. But it's a great thing about winning. You get to be better tomorrow. So, I mean, I'll definitely take 7 to 8, but definitely play better.
Yeah. Sounds good.